Hey guys, first of all I'd like to apologize for not uploading my videos for so long. So today I'm going to review these 3 emails that I have received. Actually I have received many emails from you guys and I believe I have replied to most of them. So these 3 emails I have chosen particularly. So the first email I have received from a guy from Pakistan, Peshawar. So this guy is an MBA student, and so recently there's a girl who has joined his college, and he's really interested in her. But the problem is, instead of going and approaching and talking to that girl, he's more focusing on trying to find out about her and about her personal life. Like he started doing investigation on whether she has a boyfriend or not, and there is another guy in the picture and who is talking to her, and he's assuming, he's a little confused that whether that guy is her boyfriend or her friend. So he has asked me a question on how to approach her and how to ask her out for a date. So the second email I have received from a guy. He's from Tamil Nadu. He's a 6-foot tall guy. He knows Hindi and he has a very good social skill. That's what he says. But he has a confusion on how to be flirty. So this guy have met a girl in his college, and one thing I like to mention is this guy went and approached and struck a conversation with this girl on the first day itself, which I think is an absolutely amazing job done by him. But the problem is, he started talking to her, but the same thing, he just doesn't know how to ask her number. And I believe it has to be absolutely simple. You have started talking to her and you can absolutely get her number. So he has asked me the same question, that how to get her number. So third email I have got from a guy. He's in 10th standard and he liked a girl ever since he was in a 9th grade. And he actually started talking to her. At the beginning everything was absolutely fine, but as things went sideways after he started behaving desperate and needy. She started ignoring him, and sometimes she doesn't even reply to her text. So this guy is getting really frustrated and he's not able to understand her behavior. So hey guys, let's decode this email and see how to handle this situation. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hitesh. Good evening, sir. Well, good evening. I watched a video on how to talk to your crush or a girl for the first time. So I'm facing some problem. I'm an MBA student and it's my last semester, and 3 weeks ago new batch came, and one female student of that batch, I really liked it as expected, and this has happened with every single person on this earth. But she already has a boyfriend, and I don't know whether they became friends here in the university or they are already friends before her admission in our university. And as I investigated more, I got to know that she was in a relationship with some other guy too, and it was a very close relationship. But I don't know about her current relationship out of university. Also, you got yourself involved in this some kind of investigation to find out whether she has a boyfriend or not. What I believe is, there is no need for doing this thing. What you need to do is you need to walk up to her and strike a conversation. A thing what you're doing is like checking, investigating her background. It's just not needed. Keep in mind, whenever you're approaching a woman, don't think about whether she has a boyfriend or not. Even if you think like she has a boyfriend and you have no chance with her, you should still make your move. I remember, I'd like to share one story. There was this girl I wanted to date, and a few people told me that, hey, she has a boyfriend, and I think she must be dating. And I thought, oh, who cares? Let me ask her out for a date. So I asked her out for a date, and she said no because she was seeing someone else. Then I told her, hey, if you ever find yourself being single, contact me. And guess what? After 2 months, she made a contact, and I made a date with her. So basically what you're doing is you're filling up your mind with excuses not to approach her. It's very simple. So now the problem is that how can I approach her, because I'm trying to build eye contact with her, but she doesn't give me a proper eye response. Making an eye contact at the beginning, and it's a good thing if you're making an eye contact when she's making an eye contact close to 5 seconds. I believe it's a good thing. It's kind of a rare green flag for you to, hey, come and talk to me. But always keep in mind, if you keep doing that again and again, if you keep making eye contact, after some time it becomes really weird. This is another problem guys are facing. They are just too much focused on making eye contact instead of walking up to her and strike a conversation. And whether she is single or not, you will come to know once you go and approach her and ask her out for a date. She's gonna say yes if she's single or if she's interested in you. If she said no, obviously she has a boyfriend or she's just not interested. Very simple. So please guide me in detail that how should I approach her. Thanks. Well, first thing, you need to improve your social skill. You are in a college and just think about it. No, there are many other women around you. Go and talk to them. Improve your social skill. Fight that fear what you have when you go and approach and when you try to talk to any pretty woman. So what you need to do, you need to walk up to her and strike a conversation. And as you know, she is new in the college and this is the best opportunity for you to interact. I remember I was in a college and in our classroom there was a new girl joined in. So on that day I decided I should go and talk to her and I should know her name. So I walked up to her and said, hey, I think you're new. She said, yes, what's your name? She said blah blah blah, and I started having a great conversation and she became a very good friend. And obviously she became my friend because I didn't know anything better back then. I guess it's 10 years back. So let's go through second email. Dear alpha male, well, thank you very much. I do consider myself as an alpha male, and every guy should consider themselves as an alpha male. So here it goes. I'm a guy from Tamil Nadu, 6 foot tall. I know Hindi and I have a great social skill and not too flirty. Okay, so I believe you're having a little confusion on being flirty. Being flirty doesn't mean you have to be sexual or make a dick joke. Flirty means being playful rather having any serious intention. Just Google it. I made my school days in boys school from 1st to 12th, and after that I joined a course in correspondence where I see super cute girls. Keep in mind, India is the second most populated country in the world and majority of the population are young, and obviously you're going to see very pretty women all around you. By the way, I watch your videos. Well, thank you very much. I went and struck a conversation with her and she seems to respond well. I don't mistake this for her liking me, but I do wish to take this thing on. Whenever you're talking to a girl and when she's responding you and smiling at you, it doesn't mean she wanted to have a baby with you or she wanted to become your girlfriend. The only way to know whether she is interested in you is by asking her out for a date. And I really like the fact that you went, I believe on the first day itself, you went and struck a conversation. Always remember, first impression is the last impression. And always remember, approaching a woman has to be a man's job, because you can't expect a woman to approach you. And I'm not going to try to attract her by getting her chocolate, blah blah blah. Yeah, exactly. You should never fucking do this thing. When you met a girl, and many guys start doing that. I did a phone call session, I guess a year ago. So this guy actually spent 50,000 rupees on a girl, and the girl is actually fucking someone else. So never buy anything for a girl. And I can tell many women will not gonna accept my term, because they accept. This is what we see in our Bollywood. A guy meets a girl and he start buying things for her, chocolates, flowers and all those things. And it doesn't work in real world. It's going to completely repel the attraction. I remember I asked a girl out for a date and she said no. No, she said no basically. So I said all right, no problem, take care. And she texted me. She told me that, hey, tomorrow when you're coming back, please get some chocolate for me. And I said, why should I get a chocolate for you? I'm like, yeah, just get it. No, I said, no, you come on a date, I'll buy chocolate for you then. She said no. I said, no, I'm not gonna buy chocolate. And really I didn't buy any chocolate. And she was like, हाँ और भी लड़के मेरे लिए chocolate खरीदने के लिए तैयार है और ये chocolate नहीं खरीदा. I never bought a chocolate. Obviously I didn't make a date with her, but I will be myself the way I am, and I tend to be a naughty guy. It's absolutely fine when you want to be yourself, but if something is bothering, something that you wanted to change in your life, obviously it has to be you who can do that. And you can't sit there and no, I don't want to change anything, I just want to live the way I am. If there is something in your life, you have to change it. Change is nature. You have to keep update yourself with the new thoughts and new thing which you learn. And women do like naughty guys, but be careful, don't become a 5-year-old kid. In the sense, I'm sarcastic and she seems to be a jolly type. In fact, when I did join the 2 years course, I completed a year late and strike a conversation in my first day with her. That's a good fucking job, and I really like the fact that you strike a conversation on the first day itself, like I mentioned earlier. All the other guys who were there since a year were shocked. Even guys who looks handsome than me to see me talk, because they were shy and no one had spoken to her. Okay, so obviously it's very common. So what he's saying is, there are other guys also who look more handsome, who look more dashing, but none of them had walked up to her and struck a conversation. And those guys are looking, how did he do it? Now guys who are believing that you need to be handsome and good looking to attract a girl, you are absolutely wrong. Maybe due to shy, fear of rejection, hesitation, almost all of them. And I felt like an alpha male for the moment, thanks to your video. Well, thank you very much. And now here arises the problem. I have a great social skill. I fear this will put me in a friend zone. Let me talk about this friend zone thing. I believe it's not the girl who puts the guy in a friend zone. It's the guy who starts knocking on that friendship wala door. Only two things should happen with you when you're trying to attract a girl. You're going on a date, otherwise you're going to move on. There has to be no space for friendship. I'm still on studies, like I have to balance study plus her. Never treat a relationship like a task. Relationships are not meant to be complicated. But just because of these Bollywood movies, what we see, and their unrealistic bullshit love stories, this is making things complicated, and subconsciously we are adapting all this stuff. I want to get her number, and I'm not that guy who call bullshit like good morning, hi. How can I ask her number? Should I ask her about first and then number? Maybe a few days later or right away. Getting a number should not be a big deal for you, man. Since you have already struck a conversation, and I think you can go and talk to her once again. And when you're having a conversation, just take your phone out and tell her, hey, I'd like to chat with you, what's your number? Just be confident at that time and get a number. And getting a number is not something very difficult. It's very easy. You just have to fucking open your mouth. That's it. So let's go through with this third email. So, respected sir, I'm writing this email in regards of my love failure's life. He's on 10th standard and he's having a love failure. Pretty interesting. I like a girl since 10th grade, and when I first approached her, she was cool, calm, and was really friendly. But like an idiot, I acted pretty desperate, and she found out about my feelings. Well, I can see from where your situation is going bad. Well, first of all, you're not above 18, so I cannot advise you in dating, but I'm just pointing out the mistakes that you have done. And one more thing I like to point out is that you're sharing your love interest to some other people also, which I think is not a good thing to do. You should always keep it secret. किसी को नहीं बताना ये सब चीज़ें. She started ignoring me after that and never started a conversation with me until and unless I started one. She doesn't reply to my texts the way she did before. Obviously, like I said many times, like once you keep texting and chit-chatting on the phone, and ek samay aayega aisa she will get bored. It's not worth it. That's why I say you should stay away from texting and chit-chatting. She has changed completely and doesn't care for me. She has not changed. This is the normal behavior of a girl. Okay, and what do you mean by doesn't care for me? Are you her son or a baby? And come on, stop crying like a baby. Yaar. Sirf 10th standard mein ho yaar abhi to. This is very frustrating for me to get ignored in this kind of way. I'm really looking for the valuable words. Well, I guess you did got it. Since you are not 18, I am not going to advise you anything, but always keep in mind, Like when you're trying to interact with girls, do it in person, don't chit chat on the phone. And if you have only intention of having a friendship with this girl, you can do chit chat and whatever. I mean, we are good at making friends, and but if you have a romantic interest in her, you should never do chit chat on the phone. And this is the only thing I can advise you for now. And keep watching my videos, you are fucking up big time.